My memo tonight is about social stigma, a phenomenon that we have seen in this country in past crises. But the new coronavirus pandemic is once again exposing the ugly side of our society. Just yesterday, a man was killed in Kwale County, apparently just because he sneezed. The man, identified as George Hezron, was allegedly beaten and wounded by a group of youth after he sneezed when he passed them by the roadside. According to residents, George's assailants claimed that his sneezing sounded like that of a coronavirus patient, whatever that means. They beat him up, all the while asking him why he had not isolated himself to avoid spreading the virus. Never mind, no one had tested him for coronavirus or indeed any other disease. He died while receiving treatment in hospital. In Parliament, 2 members of Parliament were unceremoniously ejected from the chambers after their colleagues protested that they had just arrived from the UK, which has reported cases of COVID-19. These 2 incidents, on the one hand, show the genuine fear that Kenyans, like other people, have about the highly infectious virus. But on the other, it demonstrates a degree of insensitivity that might, in the end, prove counterproductive in the fight against the pandemic. The current Oxford English Dictionary defines stigma as treating somebody in a way that makes them feel that they are very bad or unimportant. That is what that Kwale man must have felt before he died. That is obviously what the members of Parliament had to contend with when they were excluded by their colleagues. Granted, the virus has changed how we look at the world and one another. But it also taught us that we can only win this war if we stick together. Because, think about it, what is the use of washing your hands if your neighbor will not? How can you keep the so-called social distancing if your colleague is not part of the plan? This is one virus that is painfully reminding us of the basic principles of human existence, such as coexistence, the principle that says, I need you to survive, the Ubuntu philosophy that says, I am because we are. Throughout the world, we have seen the virus infect both the famous and the little known, the men and the women, the young and the old, the white, the brown and the black, the rich and the poor, the powerful and the lowly. Everyone is at risk. You, me, my colleagues here in studio, everyone. And so we have no choice but to stand together. Instead of treating others with suspicion and taking unwarranted steps, such as was witnessed in Kwale, we should empathize. If any of our friends, colleagues, or indeed any human being shows symptoms of the virus, don't treat them like a wild animal. Advise them caringly to stay at home or seek medical attention if the situation becomes grave. The thought of contracting the virus is depressing enough, and being treated like a lesser human is the last thing a patient or anyone needs right now. Let's show kindness. Let's ensure the virus does not spread. Wash hands, maintain social distancing, and be aware. Listen and learn. As difficult as this may sound right now, we will get through this. Human resilience is a thing of wonder. We come out and will come out on the other side stronger and wiser together. And that is my memo.